Welcome to English Lane. In today's presentation, we will take you on a deep journey into the life of Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin, the man who rose from a modest background to become one of the most powerful and controversial leaders of our time. By following this biography, you will not only learn about Putin's childhood, education, career in the KGB, rise in politics, and leadership in Russia, but you will also practice your English listening skills, pronunciation, and vocabulary in context. This is not just a story about one man. It is also a story about Russia, about power, about ambition, and about history in motion. Vladimir Putin was born on October 7, 1952, in Leningrad, now St. Petersburg. His childhood was marked by poverty, hardship, and the memories of World War II. His father, Vladimir Spiridonovich Putin, served in the Soviet Navy and later worked in a factory. His mother, Maria Ivanova Putin, was a devout, hard-working woman who devoted her life to raising her son.
The Putins lived in a communal apartment, sharing a small space with several families. The environment was crowded, noisy, and far from comfortable, but it shaped Putin's character, teaching him toughness, survival, and self-discipline. Putin grew up as an active boy. He was not tall, but he was ambitious. At school, he was often restless and mischievous, but gradually he learned to channel his energy into sports. In his teenage years, Putin discovered martial arts, particularly judo and sambo. These sports became a major part of his life. Through martial arts, Putin learned discipline, strategy, and the art of patience. Later, he often described judo not just as a sport, but as a philosophy that shaped his approach to leadership and decision-making. His love for sports also helped him gain confidence, respect, and self-control, qualities that would later define his political career. After completing secondary school, Putin enrolled at Leningrad State University, one of the most prestigious universities in the Soviet Union.
There, he studied law and graduated in 1975. During his student years, he developed an interest in international relations and state security. He also became a member of the Communist Party, as was expected of ambitious young students at that time. It was during this period that Putin began dreaming of joining the KGB, the powerful Soviet intelligence and security agency. Upon graduation, Putin achieved his dream. He joined the KGB. His career as an intelligence officer lasted more than 15 years. He was trained in counterintelligence, surveillance, and the recruitment of informants. In 1985, he was assigned to East Germany, where he worked in Dresden. There, he operated under the cover of a translator, but his real job was to gather intelligence and maintain Soviet influence in the region. During his years in the KGB, Putin developed skills in secrecy, analysis, and strategy. He learned how power is exercised quietly, behind the scenes. When the Berlin Wall fell in 1989, Putin witnessed the collapse of Soviet power in Eastern Europe firsthand. This was a turning point in his life. After the fall of the Berlin Wall and the decline of the Soviet Union, Putin returned to Leningrad in 1990. At that time, Russia was going through a period of chaos and transformation. The Soviet Union collapsed in 1991, and the newly born Russian Federation was struggling with economic crisis, corruption, and political instability.
Putin left the KGB and began working in politics. He joined the administration of Anatoly Sobchak, the mayor of St. Petersburg. Putin quickly earned a reputation as a hard-working and loyal official. He was responsible for foreign relations and investments in the city. This role gave him valuable experience and helped him build powerful connections. By the mid-1990s, Putin's skills and reputation attracted the attention of officials in Moscow. In 1996, he moved to the capital and joined the administration of President Boris Yeltsin.
In only a few years, he rose rapidly through the political ranks. He became head of the Federal Security Service, FSB, which was the successor to the KGB. Later, he was appointed Prime Minister of Russia in August 1999. When Yeltsin resigned on December 31, 1999, Putin became the acting president of Russia. Putin officially won the presidential election in March 2000. This was the beginning of his long rule. During his first 2 terms, Putin focused on rebuilding Russia. The country's economy grew rapidly thanks to rising oil and gas prices. Ordinary citizens experienced more stability and prosperity compared to the turbulent 1990s. Putin also centralized power. He limited the influence of independent media and brought powerful oligarchs under state control. Supporters praised him for restoring order. Critics accused him of undermining democracy. In 2004, Putin was re-elected with overwhelming support.
Due to constitutional limits, Putin could not serve 3 consecutive terms. In 2008, his close ally, Dmitry Medvedev, became president while Putin took the position of prime minister. Although Medvedev held the presidential title, many believed that Putin remained the most powerful man in Russia. In 2012, Putin returned as president after winning the election once again. The presidential term had been extended to 6 years, giving him even greater influence. During these years, Putin took strong stances against the West. In 2014, Russia annexed Crimea from Ukraine, an action that shocked the world. Western nations imposed sanctions, but Putin's popularity at home increased. He presented himself as the defender of Russian sovereignty against foreign pressure. Putin has played a central role in global politics. His government has intervened in Syria, built closer ties with China, and clashed with the United States and Europe. Supporters admire his boldness and strength. Critics accuse him of suppressing opposition, limiting freedoms, and using power to stay in office indefinitely. Despite international criticism, Putin remains a dominant figure in Russia and beyond. Beyond politics, Putin is known for his carefully crafted public image. He often appears in photographs riding horses, practicing judo, or playing ice hockey.
He emphasizes toughness, discipline, and patriotism. His personal life, however, remains private. He was married to Lyudmila Shkrebneva, and they have 2 daughters. The couple divorced in 2013. Putin rarely discusses his family in public. Vladimir Putin's legacy is complex. He is praised for bringing stability and strength to Russia after the difficult 1990s. At the same time, he is criticized for authoritarianism and aggressive policies. His influence is undeniable. Whether admired or opposed, Putin has shaped the 21st century in profound ways. This was the detailed biography of Vladimir Putin. Through this story, you have learned about his childhood, his rise through the KGB, his political career, his presidency, and his global impact. Most importantly, you have practiced English listening, improved your pronunciation, and gained new vocabulary in context. If you enjoyed this presentation, please like this video, comment with your thoughts about Vladimir Putin, and subscribe to English Lane for more inspiring biographies and English learning stories. Thank you for being with us. Keep learning, keep practicing, and keep growing with English Lane.